Ask Ahnald anything. Thank you for our Patreon members for quickly asking questions for the Grand Admiral. Advice. What advice do you have to succeed and be happy in life? We just talked about the will to live. How do you maintain yours?
Is this like some Doctor Strange question? Are you happy? Did you see the Doctor Strange movie?
No, I'm seeing it tonight.
Yeah, there's the main question is, are you happy? That's the main theme of it. What is happy? That is a very odd question. What was the question again? Something about happy?
Basically, what is your advice for people to succeed and be happy in life?
Oh God, to crush your enemies, see them before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. That's an old Arnold joke there. Happiness it varies for people, man. If we're talking about success on YouTube, I don't think anyone really has the formulaic answer for that. I mean, really, the thing I always tell people is like, make your you know this too well as well. You know, your first 100 videos are gonna be so. It's your channel. I'll swear on your channel, it's gonna be so ass. And that's the whole beauty of YouTube. The first 100 videos are gonna be so bad, but by the 101st video, you're gonna notice that there was you've progressed. And the next 100 are going to get even better. The next 100, next 100. So I think the thing is that people just sometimes overthink it. They think they got to do like this 50-step prepare process before they put up their first video. It's like, no, just, put up that first video and you're going to gradually improve over time. We're like AI, you ever see those things where like the AI doesn't know how to walk, but after like 500 attempts, you see it start walking, and then by the 1,000th, it's like full on sprinting and outrunning a cheetah or something like that. So I think it's the most important thing. You just got to get out there, be willing to learn. I think and if you're going to do something, pick something you're passionate about. If you're going to make videos on something you despise, like if you hate Star Wars, why are you making Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes videos or something like that?
You figured me out. I hate Star Wars.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's but happiness in life, that's a bigger question as well. I don't know if being successful on YouTube guarantees happiness in real life or vice versa.
Does it?
No, that's the question.
Are you happy?
You need to do another breakdown that we did on the will to live and the PP size, whatever. Yeah, that might be episode 2. How to find happiness in life.
I'll see you guys next month for episode 2 of How to Be Happy. All right. Next question. Will you ever do a video with the lady of the Star Destroyer?
She's very camera shy. See, if she's gonna do it, she said it has to be like a really big moment or something. Like she really wants to like lean into making it a special event or something. But otherwise, she's very camera shy. She's definitely more introvert. I am super extroverted. It's like I love talking to people. She thinks it's so weird how like you or me, we can like take some stupid thing. Like for example, the Grand Inquisitor got announced that it's going to be in June. You and I could somehow turn that into a 10 to 20 minute video. It's easily. So it's more camera shy. Maybe one day. But I think it's going to be maybe just on a very special occasion of sorts. But yeah, she likes to keep her life a bit more private, which I don't blame her.
All right, I'll try this question from Hunter. With the addition of Malgus, do you think we will see more characters from the Old Republic, such as Darth Bandon or Calo Nord as playable characters?
That's the first time someone's asked me that question about all. Literally, I think the most common question I've been seeing lately, it's like, Old Republic
lately. Don't say lately. Yeah. The last 5 years. Every video is dominated by when are we getting Revan Reborn?
Yeah, to a degree. I feel like, but there's just been a big uptick recently because now you're at like the edge of we're getting all these legacy stuff lately. If you would have asked me, if you would have asked me this 3 months ago, I'd say I don't know. It's you don't know how the timing is, and I would have thought, they're going to capitalize on Kenobi, and seeing that they're doing a Malgus thing now that's going to go through the entire Kenobi show. I think it's makes me wonder. It's like, I think it could be possible getting more Old Republic stuff. If you look at the analytics for CG, it's been a couple months since I've looked at it, but when I recall, when the Revans came out, that was their most profitable like season ever, with the Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, Malik, a little bit of Trey and stuff like that. So they know that Old Republic is a gold mine for money, because it's especially like the people that love Old Republic. It's kind of people my age, they're brand new. They got brand new because keep in mind, the people that spend money in Galaxy of Heroes are people that are in their late 20s and 30s and 40s and stuff like that. That have money to blow. Yeah, it's like a lot of the top spenders that I talk to, they're doctors, pilots, you got lawyers, CEOs and stuff like that, and multiples of other jobs out there. So I I think they've been wanting to find another reason to get back into it, and if they're not going to capitalize on the Kenobi show, what are they going to do after Malgus? So I think there's a good chance we might be getting some more Old Republic stuff here soon. Now I wasn't a couple months ago. I would have said nah, it's probably going to be Kenobi stuff, but now I think it's likely we could see some more stuff soon.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see anything. I would love to see anything whatsoever. I just
Oh
want
yeah, 1000%. I mean, they've been dragging the Inquisitors for a grand total of 6 months. Come June is when they're finally going to do the Grand Inquisitor event. Otherwise, they've been like, I've never seen a faction get dragged out for so long. It's so I'm actually looking forward to get out of this Inquisitor thing because they're so far not a crazy impressive team. Grand Inquisitor might make things differently, but I'm more excited about Malgus than I am for the entire Inquisitor faction. That's for sure.
Yeah, at least with Bad Batch, like they had a big break between the Bad Batch and the Omega for the show, but that was only like 2 months.
Oh yeah,
because the show wasn't out yet.
The Bad Batch, I think like it was like almost every week or every other week they had a new member or something
it was
like that.
Like 1 week, another week there was like a 2-week break, and then
by the fourth character the team was done practically.
Yeah,
and Omega was just kind of like an extra add-on for the most part. Yeah, I think it will. Also, they were kind of pushed out, I'm guessing, at a certain pace to keep up with the Bad Batch show. So it's kind of in that theming and timing. And then they had to get it for the Lord Vader requirements as well. But yeah, I've never seen a faction take 6 months to roll out. It's pretty. It's been kind of slow for sure. It's not always a bad thing. It gives people time to maybe feel like they're breathing and catching up on other stuff. So there's definitely a pro and con to it.
Yeah. All right. Here's a good one. What is if you could revert the game to a certain meta/time period, what would it be?
Oh, easy. Krennic lead meta. It was like when CLS was a thing. I think this is before Chewbacca came. So I'm thinking like 2017. 2017 was my favorite meta. It was the first year that Zetas were kind of around. There was so much going on. You had Nihilus, Captain Rex, General Kenobi, Commander Luke Skywalker, and my personal favorite is when Thrawn came out. It's weird to think that CLS was the king of the game at one point. I would use Krennic lead, and then you'd get tons of ability blocks, and Thrawn would just keep stunning everyone with ability blocks. Man, I have a video on it somewhere. That was my absolute favorite time. I think 2017 was the golden era for metas. There was a lot of stuff going on. And it's funny because the meta back then, it was weird because there was so many ways to time out people. It was definitely the timeout year because I don't think there was 4X yet. I think it was just 1X. I could be wrong. But also the problem was Barriss Zeta was so incredibly powerful. Mm-hmm. And then you had Kenobi, and then people played the game Hide the Nihilus, where Nihilus would be under stealth because of R2D2. Mm-hmm. And then there wasn't a lot of damage back then, so the battles could take a very long time.
Without relics, I mean, Barriss seems like the most broken character in the game because you're not doing any damage.
Yeah, relics were beneficial for damage dealers primarily to get through things like Barriss or Kenobi, because Gear 12 was just starting to be brand new around that fall 2017. So before that, it was pretty much like Gear 11 for the most part. But it was a lot of fun. I think that was the most fun I had, and there was just so many cool things you could do. You could have done Krennic with Thrawn, Death Trooper, Nihilus for double cooldown increases. But simpler times. I think 2017 was quite possibly like the golden era for Galaxy of Heroes. I feel like there was raids, there was territory battles coming out. It was definitely. I don't want to sound like a boomer, but I feel like that was definitely I think after 2017 things started kind of going downhill.
Yeah, and this is a related question, and I know the answer to it, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
All right, hit me, boy.
What SWGOH content creator who has quit the game do you miss the most?
Oh, is that enough?
That's not
obviously AP Gains. He checked out so long ago. Dude. He just no. I mean, I guess that's kind of an obvious one. Mobile gamer. He's like an actual you have just like YouTube people. You just make YouTube videos on. Like with you, man. I would love to hang out with you. Mobile gamer is like a legit friend in real life. Like one of my best friends. So it's I had my wedding during COVID, and we only could have like so many people, and it kind of annoyed me that I couldn't invite him. So it's like it was kind of one of those things. Like that's how awesome of a guy he was. So I definitely miss him the most. We just had so much fun making videos. Like you're the only person that kind of brings that type of energy that I look for in collab videos and stuff like that. So it's definitely mobile gamer. Warrior's kind of on and off a little bit. He kind of comes, then he goes. I haven't seen him make videos in a while. Really all those guys that back in the day that we made videos with, they're a ton of fun. But I guess if I had to pick one, I guess mobile gamer. So I keep trying to tease him to come back, but every time he sees the updates, he's like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to get into this Datacron stuff. So.
All right. I'm going to bridge the previous question with another question.
All right.
The next question is, do you have any plans to branch out, blah, 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 blah? What games would you cover? I'm going to adapt it because it's adapt or die season, right?
It's adapt, yeah.
What would it take? What kind of game? Obviously, we don't know what games are going to come out in the future, but what kind of game would take you away from Galaxy of Heroes and reunite you with Mobile Gamer, do you think?
It's quite a shame that Star Wars Force Arena died. I think it had the potential to be really good, and if I recall correctly, they had just monetization problems. But like they actually they had an inverse problem with CG. I think they weren't making enough money, and I don't think they were milking hard enough. Where CG is like a complete opposite in the other direction. I think I'm an open book for a variety of Star Wars games. It's I don't want to contain myself to just one thing. I would love another shooter game. I know Star Wars Hunters is coming. I don't know if that's quite the shooter experience I'm looking for. Of course, I'm sure you're going to try it out as well whenever it comes out here in the next month or two, I would hope. But yeah, I mean, the thing at the most, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love like Battlefront 2 to come back, get support again. But I tend to like mobile games because they're like, there's so much to talk about. You know, there's like a lot of guides, a lot of new stuff comes to the game, whereas, you know, games like Battlefront 2 or whatever, they usually have like, you know, just seasonal updates where like once every 3-4 months something happens. So even a slow time in Galaxy Heroes feels like there's more going on than Battlefront 2 back in the day. But I love strategy games. I love shooter games. And allegedly, I think they're making, I don't know if it's a mobile game, but I know that they recently announced on Star Wars, I think they're bringing like an RTS game out. So yeah, there's an RTS game, a shooter Star Wars game. So it seems like they have some stuff planned. I don't know if it's mobile or what it's going to be. I hope it's not like Star Wars Squadrons where it was like maybe a thing for a week and people forgot about it, you know? Yeah. So I'm definitely open book. I would love more Star Wars games, but if Galaxy Heroes dropped dead today, you know, you'd play Marvel Strike Force or, you know, just play whatever trendy games going on. Raid Shadow Legends. So yeah, there's tons of other similar games of this genre. I do like this hero collector genre. I think they could push it so much more in terms of like esports, like what you try to do. It sucks that they're so close, but for some reason they don't want to just take that extra step into making these games a lot more impactful, I think. So there's a lot of stuff, but I'm hoping that we're almost into a new era of Star Wars video games here in the near future.
Me too. I mean, I would love more stuff to do on second and third and fourth channels, you know?
Yeah, right.
Nice little variety.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, so you know, keep your eyes peeled for who knows, maybe Star Wars Hunters will be. If Star Wars Hunters is at least 50% as successful as Galaxy of Heroes, that might be a win then. So we'll have to just wait and see if people are looking for like the Overwatch model is kind of old at this point, but you know, who knows?
Overwatch
we'll see.
2's coming out. I mean, people could still love it. Who knows?
Yeah, you know, I've seen surprising things.
All right, we're going to head out. Thank you for answering the questions. Thank you for the people on Patreon who asked the questions. Of course, every time we have a guest on, you guys get an opportunity to ask them questions over on Patreon. Click the link in the description so that APGAINS doesn't starve to death.
$50 a month minimum.
It's more like 16 cents a day, $5 a month.
There you go.
You want to give me $10 billion a second? I will accept. My family would love you.
6 easy payments of $99.99.
3 payments. I'm goofing. New boat goofing.